Hi guys, it's Jo here. I thought it might be fun to do one of my art lessons with you now that you're stuck inside and looking for something to do. So some of you have taken them with me before, some of you might in the future. So I thought we'd do a lesson. All you need for this lesson is a piece of paper, preferably something thicker because we're going to use watercolor paints if you have them. If you don't, that's okay, don't worry. You need a pencil and a good eraser, preferably one that's not on the end of your pencil. And we're going to do a hot air balloon picture. Okay, so bear with me guys, this is my first time doing this. So hopefully you can see what I'm going to do up on my board here. See my beautiful board? Woo. So to start with, we're just going to find a spot on our page, not quite in the middle, a little off to the side, preferably to the right side a little bit, somewhere in this range. And we're going to start by drawing the basket of our hot air balloon. So what I want you to do is I want you to start off by just doing a little line coming right down like that. Not too big because we want to fit in our hot air balloon. Once you have that line, we're going to add two others coming off the side like you're doing the bottom of a stick person. Okay, and then we're going to do the same thing. Follow your lines on the top, like so. So that really looks like a stick person without a head now, okay? And what do I always say? It always looks funny before it looks good, right? So right now we're in the funny part. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and we're going to connect these lines. So this is going to come down like this. And then this is going to come down like this. Try to make them as straight as you can. Mine are a little bit wonky. And then, can you guess what we're going to do next? If you said connect the bottom, you are right. Okay. So we connect that bottom by just drawing a little line that comes in and then up. And the goal is we're trying to make it look like a three-dimensional object because this is going to be the basket of our hot air balloon. So kind of like a cube. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is we want to start to draw some little attachments from our box going up. So we're going to go ahead and draw a little line from one side. Now mine's pretty thick, but that's okay. And then one from the other side coming up. And then a third one coming from the middle, like so. So they all kind of meet like that. Easy peasy, huh? You got this. All right. So then we want to draw a sort of a oh goodness gracious, don't fall off here for me. See, you can tell this is an amateur operation here, what's going on, okay? So we're going to draw a bit of a semicircle, like a little happy face right here. You can make it a bit thicker, coming up like that, okay? Kind of like a smile. How are we doing so far? Good? Okay, so for our lines coming off this part here, we want to do 8 lines, but the easy way to start this, can you see there? If we take one line that goes up to the side, and then another one up on this side, and then connect them with a bit of a curve like so, okay? And then from here, we're going to go ahead and add some more. So say that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay? So in total, there should be 8 of those. And don't worry, it does not have to be perfect. They don't have to be spaced equally. Now, we're going to keep going. And I know what some of you might be thinking. Jo, this hot air balloon, where are we going to fit it? Well, the thing is, we're going to do as much as we can to fit it in, but it's going to be going right off the page, and that's okay. Because what do I always say? It's going to look funny before it looks great, and trust the art lady. 2 important lessons, okay? So, now we want to make another kind of a thick band here. So I'm going to come up like so, and feel free to make your sides a little bit wonky looking. And the top, that's a technical term, wonky looking. And then sort of across the top like so. Almost looks a little bit frilly. And now we want to give the shape of the actual balloon part. So how we're going to do that is we're going to extend from this line up, and we're just going to curve it up and right off the page like that, okay? And then on this side, same thing. Follow this line, curve it up, and then right off the page. See what's happening here? Okay. So now we have to divide it into a few different segments. So we're going to add a few lines, and when we add the lines, we're not going to make them straight, we're going to make them curved, right? Because this balloon shape is not straight, it's not flat, it's nice and curved, so we want to emulate that here. Okay, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lines, counting these two. So we're going to add our lines to the top of our hot air balloon. So the first two, we want to make them fairly close to the edge, okay? So I'm going to start fairly close to here. I'm just going to come up and follow that shape right up to the top off my page. And then same thing on this side. I'm going to follow it right off the top. So for the others, I want to space them out a little bit more. So then one here, and maybe it curves a little bit wider. One on this side, curves a little bit wider. My curve's a little wonky here. It's kind of hard to do this up on the wall. Okay, there we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then one up the middle. So now if you want to go ahead and add some details to your basket to make it look more baskety, go ahead and you can do a couple things. You can add a bit of a crisscross to this, like so. Just do like a kind of a checkered pattern like that, going in different ways. I don't even know if they actually are made of basket material. Have any of you guys been up in a hot air balloon? I bet you it's pretty fun. Okay. And then maybe on the bottom we'll do a little something down there too, okay? Like that? Look a little bit more like a basket, huh? Okay, so what about people? Do you want to add some people in there? You can do that too if you want. So say I'm just going to do the outline, like a little person kind of hanging out in this one here. I'm not going to go too crazy with detail. It's hard to see that from there. I know I'll bring it a little bit closer. Just almost like a shadow outline is fine because we are going to color this in after. Now what's next is we can add a couple other hot air balloons in the background, but we're going to make them smaller. So if they're smaller, does that mean they're closer to us or further away? That's right, further away. You guys are so smart. Okay. So we're going to do the same thing we just did, but we're going to do it in the background and we're going to do it smaller. Okay. All right. So let's just pick a spot. Maybe let's not do it exactly the same spot. We'll do it up or down. So I'll do this one down here. So remember how we do this. We did a line and our little sort of stick figure like that, and then we connected it like so, and then we added our lines like that, and then our little second piece up the top, our shape again. I'm going really fast, but you guys take your time. Our lines like so. And then this little piece here. And we want to do the balloon part again. So I'll take it from here and I'll just start to go up and around, up and around, like so. One of my sides is a little bit wonky because I'm on the edge of the page, so that's what erasers are for, right? Okay, so see I made a second one that looks like it might be a little bit further away. Don't fall down on me, I'm almost done. There, okay. And then for this one, you can make a different pattern if you want. A fun one to do. You do your lines, so close to the edge and up. That, and then you can go ahead and do like a zigzaggy kind of thing, like this. Whoopsie, there we go. Follow your lines. You've probably seen this pattern before on a hot air balloon, right? So up here again, same thing, like that, and we'll follow it like that. And one last thing I'm going to show you that's really fun to make your balloon look more realistic is on the top where it meets, you can kind of make it a little puffy by bulging the top out a little bit, like so, where it meets, and then just kind of erasing, oops, those other little lines here. Super easy for me to do on my dry erase. Do you see what I mean there, where it just kind of makes it a bit puffier on the top? I'll bring it a little closer so you can see. It makes it look a little bit more realistic. And then let's go ahead and add some of our little basket lines. And you can add some more people if you want. And you can keep going with this. If you want to add another little tiny one in the distance, that would be really fun. You can add some rolling hills underneath, and I'll show you what that's going to look like in just a second. I added a few more details. You can see here a little bit of a background, and I added a couple more hot air balloons in the distance. So there you have it. Once you have the design of it, it's pretty straightforward. So I just want to say that this was one of the lessons that I did a couple years ago for the SD Art Initiative, which is the wonderful program that I teach with. Unfortunately, I only got 2 classes in with my new schools this semester before everything shut down. So I'm really missing teaching and my students, so I'm super excited to be able to do this for you guys. So that's it for now. We're going to come back and do some coloring, and I can't wait for you to share your designs with me. Thanks so much, guys.